communities in a safe space again. And unfortunately, when you let people in by the millions, most of whom are unvetted, most of whom you don't know who they really are, you're going to have problems like this.
Hey guys, I just want to add on to that. As a legal immigrant, and how important it is for you to know who you let in your house. Of course, me, I will just not randomly let somebody outside the door come in my house, especially I don't know them, right? You don't know what's their capacity or capability or whatever. As a legal immigrant, I've done a lot of process for me to get here. Okay. So of course I went here for a spouse visa. Okay, I have a green card spouse visa. Now, I'm a Filipino. So me and my husband met online, okay? But we met and dated, or dated first or waited 4 years before we got married, and then I went here after 3 years of after we got married. So it took time for me to get here. The reason is, of course, I just want to spend time with my family more, and also, when we met, I was in Philippines, and of course, I worked also in Middle East. Okay, so here's the kick. Here's the story. So when we process the visa or my visa coming in, the government will ask, where were you within the span of 5 to 10 years? Of course, I have to be honest, and I said I worked in Middle East in Muscat, Oman, for 4 years. Now, when we process our visa, even if I'm from Philippines, of course, they will ask information or NBI clearance or much and NBI clearance, police clearance in my country, in Philippines. Of course, they will check your if you have some kind of illnesses or blood or whatever problem, or so of course they will have to you have to do all the medical stuff that you have to do. Now, aside from that, you have that since I worked in Middle East, I have to submit police clearance from Oman, Muscat, Oman, that prove that I am not a criminal there. I didn't do any or commit any crime there. I'm a legal, and then I have to submit that. Now, the process of that is so tricky because I'm already in Philippines, I already resigned my job, and for me to get an access on police station or police in Oman, it's hard. You have to know somebody there in that country, or I have to contact again my boss, which is that the time when I left, it's not really that great. When I left, there's some kind of like misunderstanding, not me and my boss, but the manager. So I was worried that that's not going to happen. I was so stressed. Okay, good thing I have a friend in Oman, another Filipino, has friends inside that facility, to help me to process that police clearance, because I have to be there also to for them to process. I have to have a fingerprint, I have to have a picture. And imagine that. Oh my god, I was so stressed. Okay, so good thing my friend has a close friend inside the police, the higher ups, and I just sent them my fingerprint. I did a fingerprint in Philippines, and the picture. She helped me a lot. That I owe her a lot. Okay, so yeah, they submitted the proof that I'm clear, I didn't do any crimes, and then I submitted that as well in the documents that I sent in for the here in United States, for the visa thing. So aside from American embassy processing papers or medical, I did in Philippine embassy, which I have to go back and forth in my city, going to another city, airplane here, airplane there, airfare, paying expensive for that medical and hotels. Yeah, it's not cheap. Of course, I understand where it's coming from because you don't know who's coming in, and I understand that they have to check my background if if I'm a criminal or I'm a serial killer. You never know. Okay, so yeah, and he is right. You really need to know who's people coming in. You know, gangs and whatever. So yeah, because in the end of the day, you will suffer if you just let somebody in randomly, you know? I mean, that's just me based on my experience as a legal immigrant, how tight it was for us, for me to get inside, to get in. And I followed all the rules, I followed the law to get in here. Okay, so